Hey, in this video, let's call a really cool reusable module to generate AI images using Midjourney. Here, I found this very specific problem. Midjourney doesn't have an official API, like an official HTTP API request that you can do. So we have to reverse engineer a bit the how the backend of Midjourney works. So here we are in the web, in the UI of Midjourney. So we'll just send one so you can see how it works in case you don't know Midjourney. It's a very popular tool to generate images. As you can see here, I was already playing a bit. And I realized like, hey, this is a really cool problem. Maybe I can just make a video specifically about this instead of writing like a very boring library. You can just see me very spontaneously coding a library like I will do normally. So here we can see that I should send this prompt text and it gave me 4 variations. Those variations are like low quality or medium quality. Maybe you cannot appreciate it in the video, but it's not like perfect quality. That's why you can upscale the image. But it's fine. It's okay. But the point again, there is no API, so we can do actually a module in Node.js to do this automatically. So we can choose with one line of code automate this process instead of doing it here manually. Maybe with this tool, with this kind of tools, we can automate Facebook ads campaign, or we can automatically create posts for blogs, or we can create automatically content or thumbnails or things like that, because you can do a lot of things, but you can only do it if you automate it. Otherwise it's manual. Imagine if you have a bot that is working for you. So this is kind of that. So let's just open the console, the network request. Let's refresh again just to see what's up with the requests. So here we see several requests. Let's go to fetch. Okay, there is like a queue list. This is what I'm normally will do if I'm doing something like this, because I already did those kind of libraries in the past. I did one about eco option. I did another one about bull market, which is like a stock market broker. I did those kind of things, so I'm familiarized with. But we have to find what is important for us here. So I will send another request. See, we have this request. So this is the request that we want actually, a submit job. So I'm going to copy it as a fetch for Node.js. And then actually we have to create the, so this is what I'm normally will do. I should create a project like this. Oh, sorry. So I'm not used to having the microphone in the middle, so I cannot write properly. And here we have the template. I already showed you this in another video, so it's okay. But basically, you get all the full template. You can just start writing code. In this case, we actually don't know what we are going to write, so I cannot choose starting write code. So here I'm going to choose to paste like a few draft notes, let's say. So I'm just going to pass code here. I'm not going to execute this. I'm just going to pass that here to analyze what's happening. So we submitted this job. Nothing more happened. I mean, this one, but okay. Yeah, but it doesn't have like relevant information. So basically, it should give this and nothing more happened. Maybe we are missing something. Okay, we have a WebSocket. Okay, that complicates things a bit. Ideally, we'll have him choose a fetch request, but it's fine. It doesn't. Yeah, we have like a. Yeah, the WebSocket was reporting in real time the progress. So here we can see, yeah, new shop, things like that, and completed. Okay, it's not that bad. Okay. It's cool. So let me check this one. Actually, we can check it here. Actually, we can choose to do it here as well. Again, this is very draft. I'm going to put a return here so this doesn't get executed. Okay, so basically, this was the body. I'm going to choose to already noticed something there. There we have a thing. We have this. This was my original prompt, okay? And Midjourney added this automatically. So that's interesting. Okay. So by the way, what does this returns? Success, failure, case 2 arrays. Okay, it's fine. We have the shop ID, which is related to the socket actually. If okay. Yeah, it's the same shop ID. So basically, we do a submit shop and then the WebSocket things. Now here's the thing. We can do it with the WebSocket, but you always have to ask the question of, can we find a way? Can we do something like to avoid this? Because handling a WebSocket is a bit annoying. Like you have to do the reconnection, retries, things like that. So it's annoying. I wonder if we can choose. What happens if I refresh? Like we are getting like this list of images. Like we can just check like what are the new images, right? Like where is that request? List. This is not it. Okay. I thought this was going to it. When it's just one image. Oh, okay. Is this the request? Cursor. I was hoping this will return like the images or something like that. Okay, wait, let's do the submit shop again. Like we have to request, let's delete that because that's not working. So we have this one, this works. We had the success and failure arrays. I will just move this a bit. Well, we will not care too much about the standard right now because it will take a lot of time to adjust all those things, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so normally what I do, it's, yeah, so we have this URL that we are going to probably use it everywhere. So I'm going to just create like a constant, just we are more organized. This is very common. And actually what I do normally, so this is going to be more like a class, not a function. Uh, I don't think we are going to do something in the constructor. Normally for libraries, modules that have like that do like request to one API, you will have like a API method that is like a generic API method to do the request, and then you will have like sub methods, like secondary methods. So yeah, let's try to do that one. So this is the sub jobs, but we are going to adapt it in a minute. Oops. So, oh yeah, we want to append the URL. We want to, actually, we want to do something like this. So, actually, I don't quite like this name. Something like this. Now I'm going to do it. Don't worry about that. This is very draft. It's just so I'm trying to put things together here. So it's very draft. I'm not doing anything with the API there. So yeah, yeah, we need an option to pass the body. If there is a body, let's parse it. If not, then null. Then here we pass the body there. Perfect. Yeah, that's correct. Oh, we also have this channel ID. That's another problem. Um, yeah, the cookies. So here we found two problems. Now, for the sake of simplicity, I will choose skip the login part. Yeah, I will choose skip that. Normally, you can have also fixed cookies. You can pass like an option here to pass the uh, something like this. You can have like session probably something like this, and then you pass it there. That's fine. Um, Also, another way will be choose. This is very strategic. For example, um, oops. So I'm doing this. Why? Because the login, I know we can do the login. It's no problem. And the session, the cookie never changes. Like it might change once every whatever. So we can do this. We can get away with this for now. So why? We increase speed of development. So this is very smart to do because this is not the main problem. The main problem is to generate the images. We want to generate the images programmatically, automatically, as soon as possible. So we are trying to do that. Once we have that working, then later we can worry about the login and so on. So anyway, let's continue. So we have those. We can probably just remove all those things. Wait, what did? Yeah, we can remove those and also this one. Actually, we can remove this one as well. I'm going to leave it just for now. Actually, yes, because it's an API. So let's choose this. Basically, we are getting the JSON. This can be simplified to simply this. But I prefer this because I can choose login, log the data, especially in this, like right now as we are in development of the module itself. So I prefer this one. Later you can change it. Yeah, this looks very good. This is not like a very generic API method. This is fine. And here, this is also fine. We have the data here. So here we are going to have the success, like the success and failure that we saw before. So let's just try to run, and we can delete this actually. Um, yeah, submit shops prompt. Yeah. We have to do something like this. This is very cool. The point is that we have this. So now this is very important. This is the most basic draft possible to start working, to start developing the library. And here we have tests. So it's not like we don't have the fully working library, but I'm going to still write like a few lines of code to try to test the current state of the library. So I'm just going to import the library and create an instance of the library, and I'm going to do a submit. Actually, I don't quite like. Yeah, that's a better name actually. And here we can put up the prompt. Uh, uh, I'm just putting this here. This doesn't make any sense, but this can yeah, this doesn't make sense, but it's just so we see here the same thing, so we know okay, this one, the one that started with this, is because this worked basically, and this returns. What does this returns actually? Um, yeah, the success thing, but we are not handling that now, so this is nothing at the moment. But let's just execute this. Actually, I have to install. I didn't install it. Yeah, I have to install it. So let's just wait for that. Yeah, what's up with the meanwhile? What's up with the options? That was not working. Let's see. Submit shops. Oh yeah, now yeah, it's at the end of the okay, okay. Yeah, got it. So there we go. For 4. Okay, so 4 is portrait and 3 is landscape. Ha, that's very, very cool. So basically the option goes here. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Okay, did this got installed? Sometimes I have to reset the installer. I don't know why that happens. Anyway, so yeah, let's just run it. Okay, it's not a function. What happened there? Wait, what? And I didn't save the file. Now it's not a valid JSON, okay? Oh, sorry. It's stringify instead of parse. Ah, silly me. Okay, this is a real error. Just a moment. Okay, Midjourney is a bit defensive, it seems, because it detects somehow it's detecting. Oh yeah, I removed the headers. We can put them back, I guess. Um, let me see. This looks a bit strange, but because I'm just it looks all broken. But 1 second, I'm going to fix it. Here, I should restore the headers. Yep. Let's see if that does it. Okay, that worked. Nice. So great, we have the success here. Okay, so if this worked, that means if I refresh, we should see the programmatic. We are not seeing, oh, okay, we are seeing the programmatic. So I didn't send this with the UI. This is already half working, basically. So this is great. Yeah, so it did the image. So now we have like the first half. We need to somehow make this wait until it's done. Okay, that's fun. That's very fun actually. How can we do that? Hmm. Because here we want something like images, like we want the 4 images there somehow. Let me see. First of all, let's say if there is a failure, we want to like throw an early error. Actually, we don't know the structure of failure, so let's just say there was a failure. Sorry, again, I'm not used to having like the microphone. I write very wrong with the microphone in front. Um, this is an error. So here's a problem. You don't want to print logs in a module. A module should not print ever logs unless there is like a very specific option for debugging, logging, or something. You don't want to. But for now, because we are in development, in case there is a failure, we want to actually print it because we want to know the structure. Maybe if we do something like whatever, like if we mess up some value or an invalid command or something, we might get a failure. We are going to test that later. For now, it's not that important. And also, when we know the structure here, we can put like a very more of a descriptive error, right? Anyway, that's not important. So now the other problem is that this is an array. So there is another assumption that we can do to accelerate development, which is let's just assume it's always one array. If there is no error, if there is no failure, then it's always one success. So let's just do return slash shop ID, so we can call it shop. So yeah, we get the first one, and we return the shop. So let's, yeah, basically now we are dealing with this only. So that's really good. We remove this part and this part. We remove that complexity. So now we are just dealing with this. That's cool. So now we have the shop ID. Now, what is flags and meta? Let me check quickly. Wait, I don't have it. Anyway, I will choose run it again, I guess. I will choose print that here. There we go. Okay, here we are. Okay, no meaningful information. The only meaningful information is the shop ID. Okay, what happens if I refresh? So the UI is somehow getting that is something list. It's not, it doesn't seem to be clearly visible, but okay, this is the request that lists everything. That's cool. I don't think this is cool. This is one request that you want to create a method here that implements this request, because this is for listing all of the images. So this is really, really cool. But I don't think we want this actually. I'm not sure. Like, let me check for a second before that. Before taking that decision, I want to make sure that, because if I use this request, I'm going to invest a lot of time. Maybe it's 5 minutes, but still, it's time. Like, I have to make sure that this is the right thing, because I don't care about the other images. I just created one image. I submitted a shop. I just care about this one. Like, I'm thinking individual. I should want this small thing to work. I don't want listing all the things. I'm later guessing which one it is, which one it doesn't. Like, I don't want to do that. We can do it if that's the only way, because hey, there is no official API, so you have to reverse engineer and put some creativity. Again, we have the WebSocket, but we don't really want to deal with the WebSocket. If we can, if there is no other option, the WebSocket is the best way. Unresolved page, nope. Active, nope. Posts, either. Okay, queue. Okay. Oh, okay. This looks from okay, this is cool. This is another request. So for example, you could do we are not, but here you can do like a to do and say queue, for example, right? Because you are like, okay, you can implement this request to check. Imagine that you have your script working in a server, but then you restart the server and there was like an image running, generating in the middle of the image, and then the script gets restarted. Then you can check with this request, hey, you have this image running, for example. Then you can pick up that shop, assuming. But anyway, this is cool. Let's see. Now, this is interesting, but this doesn't tell me if the image is completed like the WebSocket does. The WebSocket does tell me, okay, completed, you know? Uh, Probably we are going to have to do the WebSocket. I hope there's another way. There has to be a request that does this actually. So again, this is me very spontaneously coding. Just you are seeing me struggling with the okay, there is not much hope, it seems. Okay, but this image, I have an idea actually. We have this URL, this content delivery network. Wait, okay, I have an idea. So let's start again. Let's just run one shop. Let's take this ID really, really quick and replace it. Okay, it doesn't exist, but is that ID or is a new ID or what? If I refresh, nope. No options. 12. Okay, it is here is the same thing. Oh, okay. I like this. Actually, we can work with this. Actually, I mean, it's not the most real-time, professional, perfect, but it's the simplest path, and I like it. Um, I like it a lot actually. Wait, how does this one works actually? Yeah, 0, 1 is the same thing. Here, if I change to 2, if I change to 3, 4 is not going to work. Yeah, because I choose 4 images, 0, 1, 2, 3. Uh, I like this. Actually, I like this a lot. So let's just continue with this idea. See how we avoided WebSockets and the complicated requests with the listing CDN URL. So here we have the CDN. So here we are being very organized because there is an URL for the API, for the CDN, for the WebSocket, or whatever. So we're being very organized here. So we want to do. I don't know if this is right. Maybe this is wrong probably, but just trying to write some draft code. It's better to write some code. So here we want to do. We also want to do like a fetch, I think. Yes, we do want to make a fetch because we want to get the image. So here we are going to put the ID. Um, yes, we want to do something like this. And the index. Yeah, I think this is looking very, very good. Wait, what is the first zero? What happens if I do this? Okay, that didn't work. Okay, I'm just going to assume 0 and the index. And then that. Yeah, so this looks really cool. Now, and actually it's public, so it doesn't need any headers. It's very, very simple. It's because all the images of Mirroring are public. Actually, no, there is a plan that's private. For now, let's just assume for simplicity we can improve this later. This is fine for now. Actually, image. So here we want. Wait, do we have buffer? I don't think we have buffer. Uh, array buffer. Wait, I don't remember because in the Node.js app versus the browser is different. Let me just try buffer. Maybe it doesn't exist, but it doesn't matter. Um, yeah, this is really, really cool. Oh, no, no, wait 1 second. What happens if it doesn't exist? Let's just change one. Okay, yeah, this doesn't exist. It returns 4,404, right? Yep. Okay, cool. So basically, here we can say if the sorry, again, I'm not used to having the microphone here. If it's safe not found, then we return null because the image is not there yet. So we'd say null. And otherwise, we want to return like a buffer. I don't remember if buffer is the method. But anyway. Yeah. Wait, I have a question. Can we somehow get the progress? Okay, it doesn't matter. We can still. So here we have the shop ID. I'm already thinking because I want to keep it simple, but I'm thinking like there is a proper way to do this. For example, if we are going to do this, we are going to go to the row with the CDN and checking the request. Here we should return. Ideally, we will make like another class that is like a shop, and then here we return like the new shop and whatever with the shop ID uh, and go and go and go. But we are going to keep it simple. Wait, why I'm saying this? Because here we will do like something like this. So we do like wait. We await until it's done, and then here you will have the image and I don't know whatever like let's say this and so like so you will do like an object But we are not going to do that right now because I want to keep it very, very simple. So, uh, but I'm just telling you like what I'm thinking while I'm creating this and why I'm not doing that and why I'm doing something different. But what's the point? Let's go back. We have the trick to check if the image exists and if not exists or if exists. So here we can do like a very suboptimal thing as we are not using the WebSocket. We can choose do for now we have to uh, set a limit on this because this is like an infinite loop. It looks very scary, but it's actually completely fine. We were going to put a limit, don't worry. Here we do something like this. Show ID, right? Yeah, show ID. And here we are going to get this 0. So if it says null, so this is very cool because we are saying submit the shop. Now we have a shop. Now it's in progress. The 4 variations are in progress. Now we have to wait until the images are done being generated. So here we are saying, okay, in a loop, if for an undetermined amount of time, we are going to get the first image. If it doesn't exist, then we are going to normally you have like a helper for this, it doesn't really matter. We can just wait 2 seconds, maybe even 5 seconds. We can be very chill here, like it doesn't matter, 5 seconds. Even yeah, 5 seconds is fine. Maybe let's keep it 2 shoes for the video in case we are testing too much. But here you should use 5 seconds. Even then, it could be good. 5 sounds cool. Yes, and sorry. And here I do continue, so it stops the code there, and it goes it checks the image again. So basically it waits 2 seconds and it repeats again. I'm explaining this in case you don't know JavaScript. Maybe most of you do know JavaScript or don't know any programming language, so that's why I'm explaining it. But if it does exist, then I break. I stop completely the loop. Okay, so now there is a problem. What happened if it never exists? Maybe the shop, there was a failure or something happened with measuring. So we have to put like a attempts. So we have to say, okay, let's say, wait, 1, 2, 3, oops, something like this. I think I'm almost a bit bad with the numbers here because I don't know if this is going to be 10 times or 9 times, but I think it's 10, so it's fine. So this means actually you are doing 20 times. That means 40 seconds we are going to wait. Actually, we can time it. So 50 seconds, right? Meanwhile, the point is if we already waited like a minute, let's say, then actually, let's say if you waited a minute, then we are going to throw an error. Why? Because we are being very practical here. Okay, it was done in 25 seconds, even a bit less. So 1 minute is like a good worst case. You don't want to time out very early because you don't want that error to happen. So it was in 25 seconds. So I'm doubling that amount. Now, keep in mind this. I have a paid plan, and I don't know, maybe there is a plan that is slower. You have to keep in mind those details. And this can be configurable. You can configure this with an option in the constructor. So it's fine. Again, if a minute happen, then we say image generation timeout. Something like this, it's fine. It's just so this doesn't run forever. So this is really, really good. With this simple loop simplified all of the code. Why? Because we didn't do WebSocket connection, retries, reconnecting, all of that with this. You see, this is very, very good. Now, this is not full real time. This is not the most optimal way, but it's the fastest, it's the simplest way. And normally the simplest option, like if you are creating a company, a business, for example, I would like to use this library to create a Discord bot for my community. So it's completely fine to wait 5 seconds more. Like it's completely fine in the worst case. That's even. So and later this can be later improvised. You can improve it later. Sorry. So again, let's see if this works actually, because otherwise I'm talking too much. Yes, this work, and yes, we have to return the ID. Unless here there is a, yeah, we return the ID. Yes, let's see if that works. So the ID. So actually, wait, actually we can do. You know what could not work is the buffer thing. Anyway, let's see. 1 second. Yes, let's print the ID and let's get one image. CDN ID 0. Something like this should work. Image 1. So if I do this, it should bring like a buffer, right? So this is going to take, okay, buffer doesn't exist. I knew it. Let's just check really fast. What's the option? Because it has too many options. Maybe it's array buffer, probably, right? Is it array buffer? Array buffer. Oh, or blob. One of the two. No, it's array buffer, right? Actually, I have like chain list. I remember now. I used this. Array buffer. Anyways, it was just that error. Yeah, here I did something. It was completely different use case. Yeah, and I do this as well. Okay, this is fine. Yep. Yep. Now, keep in mind here, this is the only thing here that is not browser compatible. Now, but there is a module called before that does it to be makes this to be compatible, but I don't mind about browser compatibility because this is just for backend. But if I wanted to keep it browser compatible, you cannot use buffer here. But that's not the case for now, and again that can be improved. Okay. Well, this is wrong. It got the image too fast, actually. That's bad, actually. 1 second. That was bad. But no, it got the wrong data. Okay, this is an error, clearly. Let's see what's the error. Because it got the... It's probably the... Oh, just a moment. Oh, okay. Okay, it's... So we actually need to send some kind of... Okay. The headers. I'm missing the headers. So let's see. Yeah, it was too simple, right? Okay. Just missing some of these, maybe. Should work. Does that work? Okay, that's working actually. Really good. So how do we know that's working? Because it's not printing. That means this is awaiting. So we are here basically. We are in this part. So if we wait a few seconds, it should print, okay, it did work. And here we have the image. It prints this because it's like it's the actual image, it's the binary content of the image, but it did work. So how do we know? I should have done this before actually, but anyway, how do we know it worked? We can choose very quickly, choose for testing. This is bad, again, this is draft, but we can create a file here. Choose to confirm that the image works, okay? So we actually can save all of them. Why don't we save all of them? Okay, let's do it again. Meanwhile, so this worked. This is great. We already have basically this. You can use this already. Tea break because I had to buy more credits. Now I purchased 1 hour more, so we can continue testing. So there was a problem. I will regenerate here. So the test basically image generates variations, gets the first image and writes it to here. So when the test is done, it should write the image there. Now there was an error because we were using body here and it was actually raw body. So there we are, and here we should see the image and it works. So basically we have with these few lines of code that actually it could be even simpler, we have a very functional, simple Midjourney API module, reusable. That's one thing that is not optimal. We are going to just leave it there, but I'm just telling you, like, I'm aware of all of the potential optimizations. I just don't mind that much because I know I can improve it later, and I will improve it later because I'm going to use this a lot, but I need it like right now for the video and for me and for everything. So this is how it works in the real world. Like you just get things done as fast as possible and then later you improve because this works. It's not the end of, it's just 2 MB. It doesn't matter. Like it's fine. It can be improved later. So we have a very functional library, just 2 lines. You do this, you get the ID, and it's completely done, and you can download all the images. It's great. Actually, you could replicate this library in Python. That's a really good one, actually. A lot of people use Python. You should literally copy paste this, but in Python. That's really, really good. So I can say if the byte length of the first image is like more than 1 MB, and the same for the other ones, basically I'm saying if the 4 images are above 1 MB, then it should be an image. It's fine. Yeah, because this one is not doing it anymore. So see, this simply is the test. Oops. Like this is a very, very simple test. We can even remove this, but we're going to leave it for now. So now we wait. This again, now we have the library complete. Now I would like to publish it. But we have these cookies, which you don't want to publish that, and also the channel ID. So we are going to do a thing here. I will put this. This issues is not going to be there. Just 1 second. So yeah, this the test pass. So this works perfectly. Now I'm going to. Okay, I do have this. So I'm going to do this. Cookies. Wait, what about the channel ID? Wait, where did I remove this? Here. Channel ID, that's fine. Then we do this. Then what we can do is that here we can pass the user, meaning the developer, us, we pass the cookies. So what do I mean by that? Again, this is not going to be in the test because we want to publish the test, but this can be like a dot environment file, for example. We can actually do that. Why not? So normally I will do something like this, and then config, and then we will have an M file here with this channel ID, and we have that. And we can actually put mid-journey. It's good to add a prefix because if you have many libraries, maybe there is another thing or a cookies or something. So we do something like this. Of course, we fix the quotes, and there we are. So now you see what I did there. Now there is no sensitive information. Now there is no sensitive information. Actually, we don't need this anymore. No, do we need it? We do need it. Yeah, we don't want comments. Maybe we want to leave the to-dos there. It's not that bad. What more? It's all more kind of okay. 130 lines of code, very, very simple. Even the headers we could simplify, actually. I just want to check something. Those are the same ones? No, they are not the same. I will just leave it there. I actually need to do this very, very quick because otherwise the standard will fail. Oh my god. It's going to take. Oh no. I could just run a command to fix it. I don't want to do that. Anyway, I'll just do it manually. Why not? Do we run the command? It's too much. Actually, because this is what yeah, those errors is because the quotes. Let's just run the command to fix it temporarily, and then let's just revert it. Yeah, there we go. Yep. So data failure. Okay, now we have this error. Why do we have that error? Let's print data. Why did that not work? Unauthorized. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sure. The dot end is not working. Why? Sorry, it is working, but we are not passing the. Actually, let's put plural here. Actually, it's singular, but whatever. And here we pass mid-journey cookies. Is it cookies, right? Yes. And here we pass channel ID. Now, I have an idea. We can even do something even cooler, which is we can choose default to that. If there is no option, you can choose default to this. Why? Because we know we are going to do this all of the time. So we can choose simplify by choose. See? So the usage is kept simpler. So if there is no option, you have to pass it as a environment variable. So either way, you are passing it. It's required basically. So this is a no thing. Like you don't need to do because you don't need to be defensive here and say, okay, if there is no cookies, say throw error. Like no, you don't need to do that. Just assume the developers know how to use it because you need the cookies. So this is fine. Very simple code. So yes, this works. Again, what's the point of all this part of the .m and file and so on? Is that there is no sensitive information. And why we don't want sensitive information here? I'm going to keep this low. This is, I will leave it to do there because I'm signaling that, hey, I am aware that I'm leaving a console log, a log there because it's a console error. But I'm aware of that, but it's on purpose. So I'm like kind of signaling like that way. What more? The headers, I don't quite like them, but it's okay for now. yeah, this is fine. So what can I do now? I can choose publish it. So the version is 000, and the package name is probably available, like 100% available. Wait, let me check if the test runs for the last time. Let's just wait. I run the test several times. And so we have a working test. We have the code with no sensitive information. So now we want to publish it. So we need a Git repository, and we also have to create it in GitHub. And here's a thing. I will make it private at the repository, to the repository. But I'm going to still publish it publicly on npm. So, yes, we have to add very important tm into the git ignore. Yeah, no sensitive information, so on. So now we add all of the files and we do the first commit. So we have all this. This is going to be so choose, yeah, and here actually we can choose to the Apache version. So normally I will do a major version. So this is going to be 1, but I'm not quite happy yet with the library because I want to optimize, like reduce a bit here the headers, and I want to here it's not very optimal to download the entire image. It's just a few things, and this is 2 because it's like very temporal. So it's going to be a patch, so it's like an stable version. And now normally I will use the alias, the shortcut to publish, but that basically what it does is basically this. It's a git push follow tags. So it basically publishes all of the commits pending and also the tag. So if I refresh, it's going to have all of the files and the tag as well. So this is it. Well, we are missing the documentation actually. Before the documentation, I will show you how to use the library. Now, by the way, we still didn't publish it yet. We just push all of the commits and changes to GitHub. Now, but to publish it, I'm just do npm publish. So if I do this, let me double check, just to make sure. Yes, have the files empty because we only have the index.js, so it's fine. It's completely well. There is no description, which is bad, but that goes with the documentation, so we can just leave it empty for now. You always have to write a description, but this is just to show you. So yes, I will publish it, no problem. So now that's published. That's it. Repository, commit, major patch, git push, npm publish. That's simple. So what happened there? Well, if you go to npm and you go to meet journey, by the way, you can access this. This is permanently public. So if you go to this URL, you are going to see, well, probably you are not going to see this documentation. You are going to see the actual updated one, but here it is. And if it's private, well, you can click, but it's going to be private for you. But probably it's going to be public eventually. So I want to show you now. Imagine all that is done, the documentation. Like imagine the documentation is done, the GitHub action, all those details are done. Now what you can do, this is the magic. Now you can just close all that, forget about it. That you completely forget about it, okay? So let's start again. So now what you can do is create a folder, let's say project 1, right? So here you are starting from 0. So here, for example, this is, now I will install it in my, I'm just creating a project from scratch, right? Okay. So I'm going to actually I'm going to need this file. That's it. So I just copy that. But I'm here, right? So I'm just installing that because for some reason the npm install has an error, so I have to reset that. And I will also create the end file. because we are continue to using the cookies and the channel ID. So here I will just open here. So we have the new project, right? I will create an app.js, and here I also have to install the .m to read the. So that's it, and I'm going to create. Sorry, I'm going to create a main function, and also here is where I'm going to import. So basically here we are using it. So we are doing kind of like we did in the test, but we are just using it. That's it. It's journey image. Create a random colored image. That's it. Const ID, because we know how to use it. That's another great thing which I really like about Kubernetes is that you memorize your own code. So it's really great. So now we do CDN ID 0. So we have the first image. So let's say we do the 4 images. And we also have to do something like this. I think I will also need to have, but actually I will not. Image image 1 pen. We do this. So basically we have our own application. Again, here's where you can use this. Could be this application, this project could be a Discord bot, it could be a Telegram bot, it could be a website, it could be a script that auto pushes new blog publications, whatever you want to do, right? So I'm just going to run this, and now if we wait like a few seconds, it should be like 20 seconds, something like that. It should save the files here. Here 4 images should appear. Let me see, how can I. So 4 images should appear here. Once this is done, 4 images should appear here. So let's just wait. I will not cut this part because this is okay. The 4 images. So this is 1, second, third one, and fourth one. So it's all the images. Actually, okay. I wrote 3 and 3, but well, it works. You know it works. So yep. Um, you see how we pass from here. We move from here, manually having to do this, to code, to actually doing in code. This is the power. I remember, and now I completely forget about the library data. Now I just use it. Now I can use it, you can use it, everyone can use it, uh, everyone in the community can use it, so on. So that's the power of creating reusable models. It's very powerful. Now imagine that you do this for 1 year and you create like 10, you do this with 10 tools. And now later you can create like a full system that makes money for you or things like that. Like you can do a lot of things. I don't get me started because I can talk forever. So yes, that's it. Well, the documentation, but again, the documentation is really like, don't underestimate the documentation. Okay, let's actually do it because otherwise you will think, oh, no documentation then, but no, you have to do it. So let me see. I'm very methodic with that, so I normally copy my own descriptions, something like wrapper or something, right? Yes. Mid journey API writer for Node.js. There we go. So we also put that here. That's fine. Whoops. Here we here in the usage we can put something like this. We can just copy the most basic from the test. Sorry, my voice. I talk too much. Now this code is not going to run because we are using a wait at the top level. Um, but you get the idea. Actually, we can use this one. It's more simple. Yeah, this is really, really good. Actually, we can do the same thing that we are doing here, actually. This is a really good example. Um, oh, sorry. I wanted this. Yep, this is it. Basically, this is a good example. Now you have to write the API. 1 second. So options, create a Midjourney instance, available options. So you have to do something like this. Again, you can copy the same style from libraries that I already have, but I'm just showing you that it's extremely easy and it doesn't take much time. And yes, you will be able to do this with ChatGPT or something in the future, probably. Like you can even create your own library to do this automatically, your own tool. I'm probably going to do that in the future, but I like to do it manually because even though this is a bit generic, sometimes it's good to have the specifics because libraries can be a bit more complex than this. Imagine if you have the WebSocket. If we had the WebSocket, then we have to explain better like the connection with the WebSocket, that you have to close it, things like that. But this is more stateless. So the documentation is way more simple for that. Anyway, we have the cookies. Um, Here we can, I kind of do it this way. So it show me cookies, it show me channel ID. So this is my way of documenting, hey, you have the option cookies and it defaults to this value. So, but of course you can pass the value that you want. So yeah, and now I will document the methods. It show me yes, it's correctly worded. Yes, imagine and then prompt. Oh yeah, const ID. Sorry, ID. So that's it. Generate four four image variations. This is very basic. I could explain it better, but if you're using Midjourney, it's because you understand. So you can assume the person that is going to use this knows Midjourney. Actually, the person that knows Midjourney and sees this is going to be extremely grateful because you're like, wow, there's no official API, and with 2 lines you can do it. And maybe this is not the best API, the CDN, but it's very simple, very intuitive, so it's okay. So generate 4 image variations, returns the shop ID. That's cool. Now you can document the other image. Wait, me show me dot CDN. Sorry, my Spanish is ID and here index. There we go. Get download the image of download one of the variations. Again, this could be better. I'm just doing it very quick so I don't waste your time within the video. I normally put more effort. Tunes are buffer. Actually, I don't know if I should, if it's capital letter or not, but anyway. And that's it. This is good enough. This is fine. It took 2-3 minutes or whatever. And it's really cool. So now, well, I'm going to go back to the, so now I have changes. So we have the description, we have the readme. So now I'm going to do like add documentation. We are a bit more. So Now I'm going to do npm version patch and publish. That's it. There we go. Now if I do a refresh, I'm going to see this here, all the documentation. And if I refresh here, well, this is cache, so it's still the older version, unfortunately. It's still on T1. Yeah, npm caches. The cache of npm is very strong, so I'm not going to see. I should have waited more time probably before refreshing. But anyway, the point is that is already the documentation is here. We are at the second version, so it's fine. Now this is very bad. Do not accept this. Actually, do we fix it? Okay, let's fix it. Why not? There. Now, of course, that's wrong, but we do need those. Basically, it's very, very simple. That's it. Actually, that's it. Now I can. I will fix GitHub workflow, whatever. Now I'm going to push this. Now it's going to still fail. Why? Because I have to actually set the secret variables. So I'm going to do that. So if I do this, and if I add this as well. So why is this important? Well, because you have automated tests now. Now, yes, this is going to be in red, but if I rerun it, let me 1 second. Wait. Yeah, here we are. We rerun all shots. So now, actually, now let's say we just wait a few seconds, and this is going to be all green, basically. Yeah, that's it. I see you in the next video.